I can't wait for this one.
She got style.
Yes, YouTube, wagwan, welcome to the channel. I'm your girl Nikki Slay. This is Royalty Reacts and you're watching SlayQueen TV now. Deleted, packed out Rory. Yes guys, we got something new to react to and I'm hearing that he went in, so no long ting. Let's react. What's this? What's it say? The racist podcaster Pack Out.
Nobody on earth that knows me thought I tweeted black women are ugly. Like, this is like ridiculous at this point. So I came in here and joke.
Yeah, I don't know what this is right here. I thought y'all was in here laughing.
We were joking at one point, and then more tweets started resurfacing. I think, Rory, you know.
So now
Where's the
everybody's
joke?
offended and hurt.
No, I think I'm speaking very genuinely to Rory, regardless of what our friendship is. I think that some of the tweets that are resurfacing can be hurtful, and I think you being the
Hurtful
person
to
that
who,
you
though?
are. Sorry?
Hurtful to who? Who's hurt by those tweets?
Black women.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop this shit, man.
If words can.
First things first, Miles the problem. But
Not be taken as
Then now we just throwing shit on my jacket.
part of the problem.
Because I see that weirdo, the deleted villain, now going off about to start a video of me saying black women are ugly.
And that's why they
Drag him.
want you to do that, Rory. That's why they want you to do that, Rory. That's why they want you to do that, Rory. That's why they want you to do
Get him.
that, Rory.
Get him.
Say his name. I dare you.
Deleted villain, deleted villain, deleted villain, deleted villain, deleted.
Don't say that.
Believe in me. Be my victim. Warning.
Not Candyman.
This video is for comedy purposes only, so loosen up. None of this is factual, just widely opinionated jokes served extra spicy for your entertainment. It's satire,
You know I love the
it's
spice.
cringe, and it's all good fun. If you're sensitive, overly emotional, or the type to clutch your pearls at the slightest hint of humor, this is your cue to exit. Nah, seriously though,
Innit?
get out.
Kick
Save your
rocks.
tears, because they're not welcomed here.
Warning. Your local county authorities have issued a civil danger alert.
1 body, 2 body, 3 body, 4. Vallejo, California, where them youngest they be quick to buzz, ruthless.
Be the sucker if I don't pull your car, partner. I'll practice looking hard.
I can say hello to my little friend, Rat-a-tat-tat-ta. You're ill.
He's going in on this edit.
I get that feeling, and I ain't got a name drop for my respect. I'm to the neck and I'm sliding with a tech. Off the drill.
Deleted ain't playing this time. This is a mad edit.
Wait. There comes a moment where a man has to face the shadow he's been running from. And matter of fact, Remick, that moment is here. Because what you represent in this culture isn't what you pretend to be. You walked into black spaces like they were open rooms for you to rearrange. You treated black art like a costume you could borrow. Treated black audiences like a shortcut to relevance. But then you treated black women like props you could joke about.
I've never seen a good looking black
after,
woman.
or even tear down. You wanted the spotlight our community built, the rhythm our ancestors carried, the validation only black audience can give. But you, you never wanted that responsibility that comes with being in the presence of people whose history you mocked when you thought no one was watching. And now the curtain's being pulled back, not all the way, just enough for you to feel the cold air of truth that hits your skin. Because the thing you have...
Bars! Oof! The cold air of truth that hits your skin. Don't play with deleted, please.
You cannot dodge is that you became a fixture in a culture made by the very women you joke about, the very people you exploited for comfort, the very community you underestimated, until it finally looked back at you. This is going to be the longest intro you've ever seen.
Hey, you shut the fuck up. You keep talking, man.
This is not journalism, and it's damn sure not righteous opinions. And I'm not here waving some moral high ground flag. I'm here to talk slick shit because I'm toxic, messy, and probably need therapy. This is a cycle.
The way he owns it. He said, I'm about to pack you all the way out. Yeah, this ain't journalism. This a drag.
Logical
Drag
horror,
him.
forcing you to stare straight into the face of your own demons. Yeah, corny as hell, but whatever, I'm base. If you're new here and never heard this corny, voice-modded edgelord type of slander, welcome to the Pack Out.
Welcome to the Pack Out.
I'm here,
He's
motherfuckers.
going in on this one.
Look at me now, bitch. Look at me now, you
fuck ass niggas.
This whole situation didn't start with beef or drama or even some conspiracy. It started with something stupid as hell. An opinion. Remick. Remember Remick. His name is Remick for obvious reasons.
I'm the one that hates black women.
But he said the clip should win a Grammy over Kendrick Lamar. And yeah, their opinions is not a crime at all. It's not the end of the world either. The Strawberry Shortcake didn't need to agree with his viewers at all. It was just regular barbershop talk. Talking shit,
talking up the tings.
The co-host chimed in, saying they weren't really fans of Kendrick either. They all had clips as their pick to win the Grammy. And honestly, that's fair. They don't have to pander to their audience. They don't have to pander to fans. They don't have to allow what everyone else feels into their space. That was their choice, their opinion, their winner. But it rubbed people the wrong way. And when fans get irritated, they did what fans always do. They pulled out receipts and they dug into them old tweets.
I thought it was one tweet.
They don't have to allow what everyone else feels into their space. That was their choice, their opinion, their winner. But it rubbed people the wrong way. And when fans get irritated, they did what fans always do. They pulled out receipts and they dug into them old tweets. They looked through Rory's history. And that's when everything fell apart. Because those old tweets weren't just old Twitter jokes. They weren't random edgy posts. They weren't young and dumb moments either. Yeah, maybe in 2012.
When were they from?
But definitely not in 2016. They were a pattern of racist behavior he left behind. Breadcrumbs leading straight into the mind of a man who wanted access to black culture, but had no respect for the people who built it. And once those tweets resurfaced, the mask slipped.
I'm the one that hates black.
And then you've got his parties like Mal, who condone this nonsense. You see, if Mal pulled him up one time and said, we don't play that, he would know his place. He's an enabler. He makes him feel comfortable doing it.
You see, there's a certain type of white man who steps into hip-hop like it's a theme park. They love the music, the style, the slang, the aesthetics.
What's the dirt?
But they envy the people who created it. They want the culture, but not the burden, not the history, and not the truth. They want the rhythm without the blues, the benefits without the consequences.
Not the rhythm without the blues, that's a bar. That's a bar.
The sound without the struggle. And Remick fits that mold perfectly. He coasts in this community like hip-hop owes him a seat. Like the culture is a buffet he can sample from. Like the artists, the communities, the women, the narratives would all belong to him if he just supports the music enough. But behind the scenes, behind closed doors, he tweets like a man who sneers at the same people who made the art he profits from. He laughs at black women's looks. He fetishizes their bodies. He objectifies Rihanna and mocks Beyonce. He sexualizes black women and degrades.
That just said, is it safe to call Rihanna a hoe yet? He don't need a pack out. Let me chill. Let me actually chill.
Artists, the communities, the women, the narratives would all belong to him if he just supports the music.
Black women
enough.
look like roaches.
But behind the scenes, behind closed
doors. That's crazy.
He tweets like a man who sneers at the same people who made the art he profits from. He laughs at black women's looks. He fetishizes their bodies. He objectifies Rihanna and mocks Beyonce. He sexualizes black women and degrades them in the same breath. You know, that kind of behavior that only exists in the dark corners of the internet. He doesn't love the culture. He consumes it. He extracts from it. He wants the flavor of blackness without ever having to respect the humanity of black people. That's the terrifying part. It's not new. It's not unique. It's not even surprising. It's the oldest story in American history. He talked about black women and then turned around and married one.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Remick is not breaking the mold. He's following.
He's married to a black woman. Wow. Okay. That's kind of crazy. And it makes me think, when you two get into something in the yard, what are you calling her? What are you telling her? Wow. That's partly why. That's partly why he feels so comfortable, because he's got a black woman at home. So he forgot himself. He's forgotten his place. I don't know what the hell. What? He's got a black wife.
He consumes it. He extracts from it. He wants the flavor of blackness without ever having to respect the humanity.
He really wants the flavor. With your okay.
Of black people.
With your wife.
That's the terrifying part. It's not new. It's not unique. It's not even surprising. It's the oldest story in American history.
That's crazy.
He talked about black women and then turned around and married one.
I'm the one that hates black
He's
women.
actually
Remick
married.
is not breaking the mold. He's following it. There has always been some type of white man who inserts himself into black culture as if proximity equals ownership, as if being around us means being one of us, as if participation is permission. But the truth is darker. They want the culture because they can't create one of their own in the same way. Irish Americans did it too. Sinners gave you a taste of that. And this is history. This is true history.
I haven't
they
seen
were once
Sinners
treated
yet.
as less than, mocked for their accents, their skin, their poverty. They hung around black communities because both groups were pushed to the bottom together. But the second society forgot and started to see the Irish as white, they took it. They ran with it. They abandoned the solidarity. They assimilated upward. And some turned on the black communities they once stood beside. And that pattern never died. It just put on some skinny jeans and started a damn podcast. You see, Remick moves with that same confusion.
Not the skinny
he wants the
jeans.
rhythm of hip-hop, but he has the privilege of whiteness. He wants to be embraced by black audiences, but his old tweet shows he talks about black women with the same mindset the white system's built. He wants to be seen as down, but never gives up the safety of being above. It's literally an identity crisis wrapped in a superiority complex. And when those old tweets resurfaced, they didn't read like jokes. They read like obsession.
Not funny.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Tweet after
I ain't
tweet,
seen
the
one
same
funny.
pattern, talking down on black girls' hair like it's a punchline, calling Beyonce ghetto and Blue Ivy's hair like a black child's features are something to degrade, hypersexualizing Rihanna, turning her trauma into a setup for a joke, mocking Lauren London while she was pregnant with Nipsey's baby, which makes the intent even darker, disrespecting our former First Lady, Michelle Obama, talking down about poetic justice braids, as if black women's cultural hairstyles are a threat to them. This isn't random. This is not edgy humor. This is
What? I'm a little bit flabbergasted. What hasn't he said? He's got an audacity. I'm sorry. What do you mean I don't want no woman with poetic justice braids? This is what let me chill. Let me not. This is what happened when you have a black woman and now you feel like, because who are you to tell anybody about their braids?
a trail of bias, the kind that feels comfortable feeding off black culture while disrespecting black women in the same breath. Remick wants the benefits of proximity to black spaces, but his words stay aligned with the systems that degrades it. That's the part people finally saw when these tweets resurfaced. Not just the disrespect, but the pattern, the entitlement, the quiet comfort of saying things
Too
he'd
comfortable.
never say in a room full of the very people he wants acceptance from. Man, it's the same script we've seen 100 times. A man who wants the rhythm of the culture, but not the respect from the people who built it. And once you lay all the tweets out together, you see the real truth. And he wasn't joking. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. He wasn't joking. He was telling you exactly who he was the entire time. He literally was jumping from disgust to desire, like his brain was buffering. That shit's dark. That's uncomfortable as hell, and it was revealing. Because you don't talk about black women like that unless you feel ownership, unless you feel entitlement, unless you've convinced yourself you understand them, when you've never lived a day as one of them. And honestly,
he's got the wife,
I'm
so
not really gonna dive deep
he feels
and touch
entitled
on the timeline about the Grammys, the whole Clips versus Kendrick shit. I'm not showing that, because before we can talk about music, we need to sit what's actually happening here. Because I'm not gonna let him crutch on that. We're not gonna deflect. We're not gonna act like this is why this is happening. Just because that's what lit the match, that's not what this is. We all remember old Twitter. People said the wildest shit. I said the wildest shit. You said the wildest shit. Whoever was from old Twitter, we said some wild, chaotic shit. Jokes that went way too far. However, what happens when the jokes start forming a pattern? What happens when every punchline points at the same fucking group, the same women, the same community?
You notice how it's black women though? It's not black men. And that says a lot to me. You're very comfortable disrespecting black women. And sorry to say it, but I feel like it's partly because our men don't play to disrespect us. Protect black women. It's, yeah, sorry to say it, but there's a comfort in saying this about black women because you don't feel no one's going to come to our defense, and that's part of the problem. Yeah, you got people like Marlon, them man.
One joke, all right, fine. 2 jokes, okay, maybe. But a catalog of tweets, a running timeline of obsession, disgust, mockery, all aimed at black women. That's not humor, that's a confession written in real time. And what makes it darker is the setting. A white man sitting inside a space built from the pain of the very people he's
You can't make it up.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Yeah.
Because let's keep it lit. Hip-hop wasn't made for comfort, and it wasn't made for mockery. It was built because black people were suffocating under systems designed to break them. Hip-hop was born from survival, from people who use rhythm as armor, lyrics as therapy, and community as the only protection they had. This genre exists because oppression existed, because police brutality existed.
He's talking up the things. He is. That's why I like Deleted.
Because poverty exists.
Because he drags very intellectually. He don't just tell you about your B's and C's. He will come on here and drag you like, and just really put you in your place.
Existed because white America created conditions so harsh that music became their only escape route. Let's not forget that shit, man.
From the underground. Cause I'm proud.
When NWA said fuck the police, they weren't being edgy. They were screaming at the country that treated them like enemies.
Showing out for the
white cop.
They were screaming at a system built by white hands, white power, and white laws. So when a white man walks into that same space, then acts entitled in that space, and then repeats the same patterns his ancestors.
There's a part of me that feels like just being allowed into the space is what makes them feel that entitlement. I hate to say it, but that's the way. That's the way.
Perfected the disrespect, mockery, and the superiority dressed as humor, as jokes. How are we supposed to stay calm? How are we supposed to ignore that shit? How are we supposed to pretend it's just old tweets? Because this isn't outrage, this is memory. This is history repeating itself in a digital timeline. And the scariest part, Remick doesn't even see who he's reenacting. He thinks he's participating, but he's actually reliving a role that was never his to play in the first place.
I'm the one that hates black women.
Let me clear something up before y'all start losing the plot again. Cause I keep seeing people all over Twitter, everybody on social media platforms, everywhere that they're talking about the situation, they're always asking, well, what about Tyler? Or what about you? You like Kanye, what about Ye? Check this out, man. Everybody got that one wild uncle or messy cousin. Somebody in the family you gotta hold accountable, but you still
gotta keep your eye on them at the barbecue.
Yours. That's called in-house. That's our business, man. Our people, our responsibility.
I like that. Mind your business.
Black people problems, black people handling black people. But comparing a white man like Remick to another black man, y'all gotta be out your damn minds. Especially when he's someone who built his whole name inside a space black people created, black people nurtured, and black people kept alive. I mean, a space that feeds his pockets while he mocks the same people behind closed doors.
The audacity.
No, you can't compare that to Joe Rogan, Aiden Ross, or any of those dudes, because their audiences are mostly white. That is their lane, their sandbox, their own circus. They're over that way. But Remick didn't stay on that side. He crossed the line.
Over,
he walked straight into our house. He built a platform off of black viewers, black music, black culture, a black audience, and then used that access to spit on black women when he thought nobody was looking. And don't get it twisted, man. I don't think he hates black women. Not the way y'all thinking. It's darker than that. It's that sick, twisted mix of desire and superiority. That creepy fascination that only exists when someone fetishizes you while thinking they're above you. That weird race play energy people pretend doesn't exist. It's disturbing. And it's not the same as holding one of our own accountable. It's not even close. Don't blur those lines. Don't pretend this is equal, because it's not. It's not equal. And what made everything hit even harder was what Remick did next. He got exposed for all those tweets. And instead of apologizing or even pretending to reflect, he walked straight into a black Twitter space, a room full of black creators, podcasters, YouTubers, and regular people.
That's the arrogance. He's arrogant with it. He's not even humble with it. Like, not that it makes a difference, but how you... Anyway, let's...
Who supported him for years, and the man chose violence. No apology, no sincerity, no accountability. He mocked, he smirked, he laughed like the whole thing was entertainment. And then he was on some twisted shit where he pretended to agree, but only to weaponize the agreement. When people would ask him, why did you say racist things about black women? This is how he would reply.
Instead of taking the stance of trolling and joking your way through it, I would say a simple apology before things get out of hand would probably be the best bet. Or just at least go back to your own tweets and see how they can hit right now in 2025, because ghetto crayon colors, weave black and lace front blonde.
So I came in here and joke.
Yeah, I don't know what this is right here. I thought y'all was in here laughing.
No, that's a fake fucking tweet. Like, what are we talking about?
Which
like, what are we talking about right now?
I don't even like the tone in his voice. He's the kind of guy that only understands certain languages. He needs to drapes up. You know, when you have to drapes them up. I don't like the bass in his voice. I don't like his tone.
Fucking exists right now. Matter of fact, I disrespect white women. Listen, I get the tweets. I would be mad at them too if you get them out of context. I'm not defending them. It was a different time.
It was a different time, so saying black women were roaches was okay. Please don't insult my intelligence on top of it. Please don't.
Joking back and forth with fake retweets and sarcasm and things going back and forth. But every last person that knows me for real, like, what are we talking about right now? But
it's given I got a black friend, a black wife. It's given I got a black wife. Because, bro.
Now I know it's only based because you guys were mad that I thought...
That's cap.
That I thought clips
fucking cap.
Clips should be a fucking Grammy winner. I'm here to talk to everybody. Let's get into it. Because I agree with them. I think I'm awful. I think I'm a terrible racist.
If he ain't cancelled already, you lot know what needs to happen, because even after all that, this is your attitude. One thing I can't take is wrong and strong.
I don't think I've empowered a single woman, especially black women. Like, why would I ever do that?
I know you're trolling through this and joking through this. You think that's a smart move when these things can get clipped up in 2025?
Clip them up. I know who I am.
Basically, there is no cancel culture.
And the people that know me know who I am. Just laugh this whole shit.
Who, your wife?
Tell them how much.
Yeah, I bet she does.
How much I hate black women. Never mind. I'm gonna chill. Come on, let's talk about how much I hate black women. Yeah, no, I absolutely hate them.
Is he okay? He can't be right in his head. Something not right with Rory.
Black women are.
I can't wait to put that while I was
Nah.
And disgusting. I only think white is the only pure beauty.
Not because he meant the words literally, but because he thought saying it sarcastically would make the harm disappear. It was a deflection wrapped in mockery, a way to take the accusation, repeat it out loud, and turn it into a joke so he didn't have to take full responsibility over it.
It's almost like, let me say it, repeat it in such a mocking way that now you look stupid for being offended by it. Nah, that ain't working.
Trolled for hours, bruh. Listen, 4 hours, literally, the number 4. Laughing at the black women who were telling him how those tweets made them feel. I mean, some of those women had shaky voices. You could literally hear the anger, the hurt, the betrayal. And he laughed right through it.
Cause what do you mean hood rat? What the fuck is you talking about?
First of all, I don't. Is hood rat a bad thing?
From a white nigga, yes, you a cracker.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Why are you saying hood rat? Why are you
I don't think the term ghetto is a bad thing. I don't think ratchet is a bad term.
And this is the bit where it's actually starting to... Let me chill. Who are you to decide what words we find offensive? If this woman is here letting it be known that the hood rat, the whatever, that's offensive. Like, who you talking to? You're not even taking that in. It's like, it's not offensive. I've decided that it's not offensive. Okay. Wow.
Right, I just said I don't
used
listen
to
to
joke.
it. You're right. I
If
just
you
said I don't
ran
listen
into
to it.
somebody named Beyonce, you'd be like,
I made
yo,
that
what the
very
fuck?
clear.
If you
I
never
made that
met
very
Beyonce.
clear.
Hood rat is fine. I don't think that's a bad term at all.
But we're telling you
I
it
already
is.
know you up here trolling.
No, I'm not trolling at all. I'm being dead ass now.
You know, I just been listening to you talk, and it ain't really what you saying, it's how you saying.
No, it is what he's saying though.
Your tone
That's
is
fine.
Your undertone is nasty.
I'm telling you now, right there, you see this attitude? That's how he handles his wife. And that's why he thinks it's okay to talk to all of us like that. Because she's having that at home.
That's cool.
I'll bet you money.
You know, I love my people, and I feel when my people are telling you they having a problem with what you're saying,
accept
it's hurting their
it.
feelings. You don't have to have that nasty undertone, that sarcastic undertone you having. Like, an example, like, you know, like when you go into a store, or if you're driving down the street and a white person just give you a certain look, it's like a feeling you get. You can like almost know what they saying when they look at you. That's the type of undertone you having in this spaces, Rory. I don't know you from a can of paint. You know, this is my first impression of you listening to you in these spaces. And I understand your colleagues and friends are saying, well, he has black friends. He likes to date black
What did I
women.
say? I got a black friend.
That don't make...
But go ahead.
They are saying that. Like, he likes black women. He dates black women. We love him. Okay, but that don't make you
know the word.
unseasoned. I'm saying your undertone is nasty. Like, if black women coming to you...
Let that black woman talk,
black
man.
women are coming to you, Rory.
All now, no apology, you know. Clock it. Because she's been talking for a minute now. At what point do you say, do you know what? I hear you. I'm sorry.
And telling you, look, man, I don't like what you said. It's making me feel away. And you are in a shared black space. You are actually in a black hip-hop is actually urban street culture. It's our space. And you up in here. And we telling you how what you said is making us feel a certain way.
And you're
you
just
ain't
like,
gonna understand that feeling because you ain't black. It's not to like make you feel away. I'm just being truthful. You don't know what that feeling is gonna feel like.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm saying,
and I'm pretty sure. No, let me speak. And I'm pretty sure you probably have a black woman in your life that you love her. You love her dearly. You probably have black children too. Children, they gonna come to you with this, and you gonna have to learn what to say. You need to tighten up. That's all I'm telling you. This little sarcastic tone you have, and you making jokes about the tweets.
He's laughing right now, like the shit is funny. I can literally hear him laughing. He's snickering, like the shit is funny.
I'm the one that hates black women.
He's disgusting.
He snickered while they questioned him. He sounded entertained by their pain, and it didn't feel like a man defending himself.
It didn't.
It felt like a man getting something out of watching them break, like the hurt was feeding him. That was the part that stuck with me, because who hears that many voices? The same people who supported him, boosted him, built his platform, and still reacts with smugness.
He's low-key scary.
Black people recognize instantly. That cold, condescending tone white people use when you...
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall with him and his wife having this conversation. Low-key though, I don't think it would have gone the way we think. He has her up. He would... Anyway.
Call them out for mistreating you. You know that smirk when they act like you're the irrational one for noticing the racism. That feeling you get when you walk into a store and the clerk looks at you like you don't belong. And when you question it, they act offended you even asked. It was that kind of energy.
It is
familiar,
100.
ugly, nasty. And in that moment, it became obvious. Those tweets weren't jokes. That was who he really was. No remorse, no reflection, no humanity underneath that mask. Just entitlement, contempt, and it twisted the real on watching black women hurt, watching black women's pain.
He enjoyed it.
It was about that moment the timeline remembered Remick is not different. He is not an exception, he is the rule. He's the same type of white man who steps into black spaces, benefits from the community, profits off the culture, then betrays it the moment he feels challenged. He laughed at black women being hurt, he laughed at their reactions, he acted like they were overreacting to racism that he created. That is not confusion. That's entitlement. That's not old tweets, man. That's his character. That's not ignorance, that's identity. And this is the part that's been blowing my mind. Pause. I keep seeing people on every platform bending over backwards to defend this guy. Every platform. I mean,
Who? How do you defend this? How? Because I'm not on Twitter and them things there. How do you defend this? And why?
YouTube, Twitter, everywhere, saying he's not racist.
I told you, it's giving, it's only black women. Told you, that's why he's comfortable. Because it's either they won't come to our defense or they'll defend him. That's why.
It was just jokes. Twitter was wild back then. All right, look, before I saw everything, even me, I tried to give him that grace. I said Rory might be stereotyping. He might be a bit prejudiced, which is still under the umbrella of racism, by the way. But I didn't just jump straight to the worst conclusion. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But after seeing tweet after tweet after tweet, especially that Tar Baby one, there's no coming back from that one. Because why the fuck is you putting the word tar next to the word baby? A baby, man, an innocent child. Do you know how cruel you have to be inside to even think like that, let alone type it out and hit tweet? Think about all the beautiful dark-skinned babies in our community.
Even if you give him that benefit of doubt, that back then, I don't know, I weren't there, but people used to say the wildest of things. That's what Deleted said. Even if we give you that grace, it's 2025. Reading it back yourself should make you think, oh, I said that. You should have an initial reaction of, oh, shoot. You should feel a way that, yeah, it was that time, but I actually said that. And you should have a natural feeling of remorse, of regret, of, oh, no, I've made black women feel a type of way. And he couldn't care less. If he ain't cancelled, yeah,
melanin, the innocence, and he weaponized that imagery, turned it into a punchline. And everybody wants to hide behind the old Twitter humor, the RT jokes. But let's keep it lit. It's the fact that he still typed it. He still thought it. He still connected blackness with filth. He still degraded black women. And he turned it into a joke and hit send on his computer or on his phone.
Multiple times.
And the wild part is, when you defend him, you're standing in front of the bullets he meant for your own family. Your mother, your sister, your daughter, your auntie, your cousins, your wife, your girlfriend. I don't care if you're half black either. Enough of all that shit. I'm talking to all black people right now. Biracial, light skin, dark skin. If it runs in your veins at all, he's talking about your people.
A white man crosses at a HBCU and one of the most prestigious.
I didn't cross at a HBCU.
You crossed at a PWI? So you crossed at a PWI with a historic black fraternity, and 2 years later these tweets were tweeted out. Riley, you don't see how a black man could respond that way to him?
I get where Rory's coming from on that end. But yeah, to answer your question, I couldn't understand how any black person who's not familiar with Rory and his sense of humor, I can understand how that could come across. And I'm not...
I agree with him. I agree with him right there. I'm with him.
You have an opportunity to either address it or
so he's defending him.
He chose to make a joke. Hold up. He chose to make jokes off of it, right? He was like, well, yeah, I'm a racist. You could have addressed it and said sorry and moved on. You know what I'm saying?
And I get you on that, but here's the conflicted part. On one hand, I get you on that, but on the other hand, I get Rory.
No, you're trying to play it down.
It's... This is going to be a controversial video, but I got to keep it a stack. It's black men like that that make my skin crawl. It's that attitude that made him know that he could do that. Because you're going to have black men like that that will jump through hoops to give him, right, oh, he cussed black women? Never mind. It's only my mum, my sister, my daughter, my cousin, my auntie. It's men like that.
As if like it's not you're not.
I'll go as far as saying, you're worse. You're worse. Sorry. Because the white guy's gonna say that. He don't rate us. It's a fetish for him. He don't care. He couldn't care less. You're supposed to care.
Cutting it. It's not cutting
Motherfucker,
it.
you're not even African American. Shut the fuck up.
So what? I'm African. So what? What's your point?
Damn.
This fake ass outrage.
What's your point?
This is fake as hell, man.
What's fake?
So because he's not African American, so you're stupid as well. Because my thing is, I'm not African American, but I'm a black woman. So what, I'm not allowed to be offended. Shut up.
Yeah. Hey, Rory, don't apologize. Fuck these fake ass, outraged ass people.
Whoa. First of all, I'm not doing that.
And a lot of you guys are caping and spreading in front of him like a human shield. For what? Yeah, I saw his co-host defending him. I'm not shocked. I mean, that's their bag. That's their livelihood. That's their bills. Let's just keep it real. That's their bills. That's their job. That's their in-house problem. Of course, they're gonna protect their check. But when I hear other black people hopping on the mic defending him, I'm like, are you serious right now?
It's embarrassing.
You just set us back decades.
It's just
you
embarrassing.
Sound like every Uncle Ruckus stereotype ever written. And you sound like Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django, over here trying to protect him harder than he's even trying to protect himself. Those characters existed for a reason, because people like that existed. And that's exactly why these white podcasters and YouTubers, they keep crossing that line, because y'all keep making them comfortable. You enable their comfort, you cushion their fall, and you soften the blow that was meant to teach them something. But yeah, Remick, he messed up completely, man. He showed us exactly who he is. With that tweet alone, even if it was the only one, that was racist. And the same people defending him are the same ones who explode over in-house drama. Ain't that some shit? I mean, between other black people. They're the ones that get hella angry and mad about Ye and Tyler. More angry than they will ever at a white man degrading black women. I feel like they were more angry at them than they were at Rory. That's when I realized some of y'all aren't defending him. You're defending the version of yourselves that has been conditioned to put whiteness first. Y'all gotta break that spell, man. Lift the veil, wake up. Because y'all don't realize the way some of y'all are moving is exactly how they want you to move. And it's obvious Rory has some kind of issue with Rock Nation and Jay-Z. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody already talked to him and pressed him. And I'm not talking about that goofy ass Twitter Rock Nation agent.
Oh, what, he's in them kind of spaces?
Either. I'm not talking about that. I mean real conversations, real circles, real street shit. Because at the end of the day, his co-host Maul is Big's little brother. Biggs is co-founder of Rockefeller. And they still locked in with Jay-Z to this day. And Rory didn't just disrespect Beyonce. He disrespected Blue Ivy, a child. He took shots at Rihanna repeatedly, tweet after tweet, showing this weird obsessive fixation. And then there's even Kelly Rowland. He tweeted about wanting to grab her, saying he didn't care about her age, cause you know, she older than him and shit. He didn't treat her like a respected artist, a mother, or an icon. After
the way we get treated, man, like what? Where's the respect?
His black wife at the Rock Nation brunch, standing in the same space as the very women he demeaned, smiling as if he wasn't talking crazy behind closed doors for years. It's strange, it's unsettling, it feels like a quiet resentment he's too scared to say out loud.
Not only did Rory go in, Rory proposed at the Rock Nation brunch. Rory, I don't ever want to hear you say you anti-industry. I don't want to hear that fake, I'm not an industry person type. There is nothing more industry than proposing at the Rock Nation fucking brunch, bro. You had to ask Jay-Z for permission like Jay-Z is your woman's daddy. Okay? To propose to her at the Rock Nation brunch. You propose somewhere where you know you can go back to. Rory, you may not get an invite next year. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can take my daughter and say, y'all propose to your mom right there.
Yeah. Right.
Your daughter I know your children ain't going to the Rock Nation brunch. All right? When y'all have kids, them kids ain't gonna be at the Rock Nation brunch. Blue Ivy them in the future is not inviting Rory's kids to the Rock Nation brunch. Like that shit was wild to me, bro.
I'm the one that hates black women.
I mean, maybe it's envy, maybe it's insecurity. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's weird though. It could be some twisted need to be embraced by the very people he keeps disrespecting. But whatever it is, the energy is off, and it's weird as fuck. You got a sick mind, Rory. Remick is not a glitch in the system. He's the system working exactly how it's designed. A white man in a black space who thinks he deserves to be in the same room, even as he mocks the people inside it. The psychological horror of all this is simple. He never
His face is
respected the
creeping me
culture.
out.
There's no way you respect a culture that
Deleted,
was birthed
man.
from black women. Black women birthed the sons and the daughters that created hip-hop. He only respected what it gave him. The visibility, the audience, the clout, the belonging. But belonging means nothing when it isn't mutual. And honestly, the only funny part in all this shit was timing. And I don't know, man, maybe it's just coincidence, but I made one tweet, just one. I said I might make a video about the situation. I quoted one of Rory's old tweets, and I said something like, I guess I have to make a video. Don't strike me again. And the moment I hit send, he appeared. He jumped into that Twitter space like he felt like the walls was closing in. And before anyone even could fully address the tweets, some of the first words out of his mouth were basically...
Because I see that weirdo, the deleted villain, now going off about to start a video of me.
It showed exactly where his mind was at, that the fear wasn't about the harm he caused, but about being exposed. Because I don't think Rory felt that it was going to get bigger than that Twitter space, but he was wrong. I mean, that chaos grew like wildfire. He did the damage to himself.
They're all for be cancelled.
And I'm going to be real with you.
At
first, I wasn't taking this seriously. I wasn't planning on a pack out. I was literally just going to document it, crack a few jokes and move on. But once I actually sat in that space, once I heard the way he talked, the way he laughed, the way he mocked people who were hurt, something shifted. Yeah, this isn't old Twitter humor, and this sure in the hell wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a man unraveling in real time and showing everyone exactly who he's always been.
I'm the one that hates black women.
I'm not with that cancel culture shit. I don't need you deplatformed, Rory. I don't want you silenced. I want you right there, holding your mic and keep pretending everything's normal, because I'm your villain, the one you accidentally created the moment you crossed the wrong line in the wrong community. I'm not here to end you. I'm here to tell the truth about you. You gotta face that. And every time you say my name, every time you let me live rent-free in your mind, I'ma show up just like that. I'ma show up like Candyman, except the reflection is you. I mean, you know, the most
not the reflection is you.
Kind of way you can imagine, right? Let's talk direct.
He's gonna have nightmares.
Dance around the truth, but never face it. And honestly, because what I'm about to say, this isn't a diss. This isn't me trying to be funny. This is advice that you should really take with you and consider. You built a life inside black spaces. You built a career off black voices, black music, black culture, and black approval. You stood shoulder to shoulder.
You built a family with a black woman.
With the very people your old tweets mocked, minimized, and sexualized. You climbed a ladder made from the very same communities you laughed at behind a tweet. And here's the part that should eat you alive at night. You didn't just disrespect black women, you disrespected the blueprint of your own household, the foundation under your feet, the bloodline you chose to mix with. You married a black woman. You created a black daughter. You held them close while knowing how you truly viewed the women
you got a
who
daughter.
looked like them as punchlines, stereotypes, and fantasies. You went online and turned black womanhood into a joke, then went home and rested your head next to one. You mocked the very image of your daughter, what she sees in the mirror, and the image she'll see even more clearly as she grows older, what society brings her, the racism that she will have to face as she grows. Because when she finds those tweets, and she will someday, how do you think she's gonna feel? Confusion, shame, or that small heavy ache every black girl knows too well when she realizes the world sees her as less? And you being her father, contributed to that. You didn't just talk about strangers, you talked about her future, about women who looks like her. And instead of protecting that, you fueled the same systems that tried to break them. You used our spaces for safety. You used our culture for identity. But when your guard slipped, your tweets showed exactly who you were, comfortable being when nobody was watching. You said that they were just jokes, however, that didn't show when you were in those Twitter spaces.
That's the part,
you laughed. You didn't have a care in the world on how you made these black women feel. And that's the real betrayal. Not necessarily the jokes, not the fake RTs.
That's why I say it's giving that's a lifestyle for him. Not respecting black women. Like I said, I can only imagine how he handles her in the yard.
Not the old Twitter excuses. It's the fact that you fed off of a community you didn't respect, and you laughed at real life black women's faces. You're not black, but you have a black family. You have a black wife and a black child. However, you never unlearned the mindset of the systems that try to destroy black families. And whether you admit it or not, that contradiction lives on you permanently. You don't get to hide behind your marriage or your child as proof as anything, because plenty of white men have conceived with black women and still despises them. History already told us that story. So here's the truth you can't outrun. You became a father to the very demographic you demeaned, and you still haven't apologized with the weight that reality deserves. Sit with that. Sit with the fact that your daughter will grow into the same black woman you mocked, and she's going to know her father once stood on the wrong side of her identity. That's not something a PR team could fix. That's not something a podcast can laugh off. That's not something a 4-hour Twitter space can bury. And that's something you should be afraid of, not delete a villain. You should be afraid to face your daughter when
Your
she
future.
asks you why would you say those things. Because that's
what you
something
gonna
that's
say?
going to follow you, lives with you, and eventually forces you to confront who you were and who you pretended to be.
That's
and if
them
you're not going
bars
to
there.
apologize to us, Rory, I sure as hell hope you apologize to her. Because just like our mothers, our sisters, and our aunties didn't deserve your careless behavior,
She doesn't
Twitter spaces
either.
towards black women,
Ouch!
your wife and daughter didn't either.
Ow! Yes, deleted. Ooh, boy. Yes, guys, that was deleted with the racist podcaster Pack Out, and he packed him all the way out. I loved it. And do you know why I love deleted? Because sometimes it's just jokes. But sometimes he gets right to the bone. Like he got to the bone, and you see that end piece? That's what's going to sit with him. Because as he said, all the podcasts and the Twitter and the Marl and all that back and forth, yeah, that's all funny. But what are you going to say to your daughter when she says, wait there? Huh? And the sad thing is, it's sad because once she's seen it, she can't unsee it. And however it makes her feel, he ain't going to be able to undo. It's going to live with her forever. Deleted villain. You did your thing. Yeah, I loved it. He does it in a way that is, yeah, it's comical. But he really talks the truth. And that little piece at the end, it was giving a real life battle with yourself. Like he really went in on him, but it was well deserved. This was a good one. He touched on some important parts. He hit all the nails on the head. This was a good one. This was a very well deserved Pack Out. And it got to the root of the problem. So I enjoyed that. Deleted, well done. We love that one. You know we love deleted. Shout out to deleted. But guys, let me know what you think. Now I heard this happened, but sometimes I just am sick of it. I'm sick of us being disparaged. I'm actually sick of it. Not every day drag a black woman. So I kind of didn't look into it too tough, but it's deleted. So we had to go there. So get in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think. Did you see this? Do you think he should be cancelled? Now, I know deleted saying he's not here for cancel culture. Psh, I absolutely am. I don't want to see him on my screen again. I don't want to hear about him. I don't rate that. If you don't rate us, we don't rate you. So cancel him. But that's my opinion, guys. As usual, I've been your girl Slay. This has been SlayQueen TV. And I will see you soon. Bye.